everybody, my name is Sherry. Welcome to my stamp studio. Not 100% certain what day this video is going to post. I'm working a tiny bit ahead. It is going to post end of March, hopefully beginning of April. I have jury summons for around the 1st of April. Not that I mind serving on a jury. I find it incredibly interesting. Once upon a time, many years ago, before I decided to travel instead when I was younger, I thought about being a lawyer. So the whole courtroom thing, I do find it interesting, and I don't mind doing my civil service that way, except that they always call me at horribly inopportune moments. My daughter just has a few weeks left of maternity leave, and if you have to weigh jury service or spending time with my daughter and my brand new grandson, always pick the daughter and grandson, right? And it's end of catalog, beginning of a new. And I have a lot of classes. Stampin' Up's changing the way we do host rewards. All of that's changing. And on April 1st, there will be a last chance list. I have a lot to do. So, and just the unknown of if I will be home or no. So I'm going to get a couple of videos done. They're not the ones that I would prefer to, but it's cards that I have ready. So I'm going to do these, and then I'm going to go back to the drawing board, and I haven't done my taxes. So I feel like if they call you to do civil service and it causes you to be unable to do your other civil service, which one wins? So I'm going to do these. They may end up being out of order depending on if I get called. If I don't, if I get these all done and edited, and then I would still get called and they're not finished and ready to post. I hate, I like working for myself because I do like being in charge, and this takes that little best part away. So let me show you a couple things, and then this card is super quick, but I think you're really gonna like it. This is my Try It class, which at this point is about probably 3/4 full. So if you're interested in signing up, now is the time. It is still in early bird stage. So if you're unfamiliar with my Try It class, that goes along with the new catalog that's coming out. And as the name implies, let me see, did this stay charged? Perhaps it did not. So maybe I'm not going to even show you the PDF. If you go to this video, and I'll have that link pop up, then it will show you the PDF. So we'll do 10 cards together. I start with the paper, and they will be about half templates, about half fun folds. And we start with the paper, and you can see this has a new paper. No, this is the wrong card. This one, see, I told you, this is the Try It class. This has the new paper. This has a fun fold. It's kind of a fun fold template. It's kind of too easy to be a fun fold, right? So it's more of a template based. It has new dies. It has a new folder. It has new embellishments that are beautiful. Are they still lying here? Did I move them too far out of reach? I have like 3 cards ready to film here. No, I think I must have moved them out of the... No, here they are. They're called Strawberry Slush and Gold. So there's Strawberry Slush, I think Petal Pink, and then White and Gold. So the 10 cards each will have, if there's a new ribbon in that suite, so you get to, as the name implies, try it all. And it comes, each card has its own video. It comes, obviously, everything is cut and die cut and like run through the folders for you, since you would have to purchase almost everything new. It saves you from having to purchase everything new because I get it all for you. But it's a lot of work to cut. So I have the deadline for registering kind of early because we need to be able to order it the day that the catalog goes live. And I start cutting as much as we can. We'll probably start cutting as soon as April Club's done. That's what this is. That's April Club. I was like, wait a second, this has stamping on it. If you go watch this one's about Card Club. So this is my April Card Club. This is the same suite, and that's all about April Card Club. And my Card Club benefits are going way up starting in May, starting April 15th. Stampin' Up! Will change the way that we are rewarding customers. And I am changing from my host code rewards to loyalty rewards. So that is one of the things I'm really frustrated that I don't have ready yet to post. They're all worked out on paper. I just don't have anything like typed and ready, and I like to have a little graphic to go with them. So this catalog does end on May 5th. This one starts on May 6th, on April 1st, and I hope that I am home But there will be a last chance list, and there will be specials, clearance prices on some things that are on the last chance list. So if I'm not at court, then I will send you an email. If I am, I'll have one preset just to tell you to go check it. I won't be able to probably do any more than that. And then these are also due to come in. I think I'm supposed to get them like on April 1st. So if I'm injury service, they'll go out as soon as I get a chance to get them all addressed to you. So if you purchased from me since January of this year, $50 or more, yours will be on the way shortly. So today I'm going to use frame scenes. I have used it before, and I made this card. It is so much fun to do a little watercolor vignette with. So I did this one. This is one that I started to do. I haven't finished painting it yet. It is this one down here, and the reason was I did it on this little scrap, and then I decided to see, I think it will fit in this, but it comes with ovals too, and I really wanted to use the oval, and it didn't fit in the oval. So it comes with this die and a couple of little oval dies, and then a piece of wood grain. But on today I'm going to use this one again. I really like it. You'll see it pops the rectangle piece out, and then this wood grain piece. But today it's going to be kind of I had the idea to do a black and white with it to make it super simple. And you'll see in the upcoming catalog, I have used the two-tone cardstock a few times. Now it's called cardstock. I would not call it, it's not paper. It's not quite as thin as our designer series paper, but I wouldn't call it cardstock. So I'll show it to you here. This is the black, and neither side is really true black. Here's our black cardstock. That's going to be the base of the card. I just want you to see what you're getting when you get black. But starting in the new catalog and on May 6th, when that catalog is live, you'll be able to get it in all of our Stampin' Up! Colors. So this is black. I would call that really gray, but it's two-tone. So all of the colors have one color, and most of the colors are truer to our colors. I think they have a harder time with the black. But it gives you a lot of fun things that you can do with it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece here. And let's do it. I don't have my sample card here. Must be over in my bucket. I don't know which direction I did it. I think I'll do it this way. No, I'm going to do it this way. I don't remember how I did it. I did this for camp, and it's been a couple weeks. I'm going to stamp on it with my Versamark. This is the lighthouse. You're going to make sure you don't press too hard on a Versamark pad because it's spongy, and if you press really hard, you're going to catch all those edges. And then when you go to put your powder on, it's going to have all those edges, and then you're going to spend all your time wiping them off. The same thing goes when you stamp here. Just be firm, but you just want to make sure that you're pressing the stamp part. You don't need to press so hard that, you could feel it if you press so hard that you're going all the way down past the actual stamp into the background of it. So press firm. And then I'm going to take my white embossing powder. And I don't see my embossing tray either. It's probably with the card. I cleaned up for camp, but I left all of the things that I hadn't filmed yet in a stack, so they're probably all sitting over there on my banister. But if you do this when you emboss, and you always have, I know you know what I'm talking about, when you have that extra outline from your stamp that isn't the stamped image, but it's the actual rubber around the stamp. That's where I touched it with my hands. So let me get my heat tool, and we'll heat set that. Okay, you want to make sure, kind of move it around in the light. You do want to make sure that you got everywhere because we're about ready to put it through our cut and emboss machine with that folder. So that's all the stamping for the front. Now, because this card is black based, I have cut a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of basic white. And then I've pulled these out of, this is out of the zipper set, the all zipped up. I'm gonna go with happy birthday. And again, when you do memento, I am going to kind of twist it on here. I'm not gonna smash down, because if you smash down, you're gonna get all those edges. Just gonna lightly twist it and then kind of tap. But if you do too hard, you're going to get all those edges. And if you want, you could put the lighthouse again on the inside of that, and we'll just add that to the part of our card, and then you'll be able to sign it. So we're going to cut this out with the frame. And then this piece here, I have our embossing folder that looks like wood grain, and I am going to put it so my dark side is up with the Stampin' Up side and run it through like that. Okay, so here's my pieces. And I'm just gonna have to do it from memory. So I don't, since I haven't looked at my other one for a very long time, do I have a bone folder laying here? I guess I have nothing. I have too many cards lined up, and then I made room for these, so I kind of shoved things away. I did over the weekend. You know, sometimes it gets so cluttered and you're like, I can't take this anymore. So what I did do was I took all of my blends that over time, 3/4 of them were on my table and no longer in the blend container. And the ones that were no longer next to their mate. So I took them all out and I put them all back in where they went in color, rainbow color order. So here's the inside. So I did do that. I had a million other things to do, but I felt much better once those looked beautiful and they weren't all over the table. So we've got this. Now I'm going to take my two-tone cardstock. So you can see there's the gray side and here's the black side. I put this with the Stampin' Up, so this part was raised up. Grab my scrap paper again, and then take some sandpaper. If your hands are super dry like mine, just you can see where they're all cut up. I got this little sandpaper holder off of Amazon, and it really helps. So I'm just gonna kind of pull this over the raised up parts. You don't want to do it too much. You don't want the whole entire raised up part to be white. Maybe on a winter card you might, but this kind of just highlights it, and this thing protects your hands from touching that sandpaper. I did get it on Amazon. It came with a ton of sandpaper of all different kinds of grades. Is that what it's called? Coarsenesses. So that's what it looks on this side. You wouldn't do this, but I'll show you what this would be the reverse, because those are indented. So this is getting the raised up parts the other way if you did it that direction. So you can do it either. It works, it gets more on this side. Just kind of scuff those up. It does make a little bit of a mess. I had a white shirt on and I went real quick and changed. Because I thought, oh, that dust all over my white shirt wasn't going to be a good look. Now I'm going to take some black twine. This is obviously a card that you could do masculine. I'm going to put a little bit back here, a little bit of adhesive. Just kind of going to go around 3 times. And one thing back here. Kind of give it a little bit of a nautical look. Now, if you know you're going to give this to a girl, then you could add a little bit of Wink of Stella for the water. You could for a guy too. It adds just a little bit of glitter, but it does make the water reflect underneath the lighthouse. Oh, here we go. I put it where it went. Shocking. That's why I didn't see it. I look first. Look at the difference that makes. If you do not have a bone folder, you need to have one. Can't stand when they're opening up like that. Now with this, because it is, you'll see what I mean about it being more papery than cardstock. The cardstock does not do this. This kind of, it really separates it. So I'm not going to use my seal on it. I will go ahead and use seal on this. And I debated whether or not to use dimensionals all the times I made this card. But I felt like if it was a picture frame, the picture itself wouldn't be elevated. So this time I'm going to flip it and put the gray. So I want to make sure I put the glue on this side. And I'm going to go all the way around since it's kind of, the paper is separated a little bit. This way it won't I'm assured it won't tear. And then I debated it would make a nice sympathy card, so maybe if it's a sympathy, you just go ahead and stop. Or I'm going to add 3 embellishments. If it's a sympathy card, you can also just add 1. I was just going to add 1 on this so you could see it, because my other one has 3, but since I don't know where my other one is, I'll add 1 at first. So these are the adhesive back to dragonflies and birds. I'm 90% certain they are in the new catalog. So if it's a sympathy card, maybe just the 1, because that's not flashy. It's kind of serene. But I put happy birthday on the inside of mine, right? So mine's a celebration. So we'll go ahead and put a dragonfly down there. The thing that kind of, it doesn't bother me. I'm a stickler for size. Like I can't put a house and then a giant dog. It's Clifford. So if you see the dragonfly in relation to the bird, that's like a scary dragonfly. So I feel as long as my birds are up here out of scene and then my dragonfly's down here, I can put them both on the same card. So there you go. So here's 2 totally different looks. So kind of this one, I do have a video. It doesn't take long. And if you're new to watercoloring, this is a really good set to practice with. But it does definitely take longer than just stamping in white and calling it a day. So that's framed scenes. I'll put all of the, well, I was going to say I'll have all of the things down below this video, but it kind of depends on what my life looks like when I get this video up. Have a great one. If you need a catalog, if you're interested in my new rewards program, and if you want to take my Try It class, get signed up before early bird's over or before it fills. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.